we got level 2 air attacks, 1/1 upgrade. The Colossus does get sniped. There are a couple Corruptors did go down. Now, it's interesting because 2 Corruptors actually equal the cost of a Colossus. So, in general, you gotta think about that when you're making your Corruptors. That, you know, if I can use 2 Corruptors per Colossus and take down the Colossus, you're in good shape. So we've got 21 roaches in production. Now these roaches are about ready to pop. They're going to come out right here soon. 13 more roaches coming out. So once these roaches come into play, as you can see, they're streaming from the top of the mini-map. So we're trying to get them in. The Corruptors are there just going to take out the Colossi, or at least force them back. Corruptors are dying. Blink coming into play. Very effective blinking play. As you can see, there are no more sentries here. So once the sentries are gone, they're pretty much gone for good. We got more Stalkers, more Colossi coming in. Moonglade is making a lot of roaches now. The roaches are very nice against Colossus, especially with the burrow, which he does not have burrow, or tunneling claws, or burrow actually, so he can't really burrow them. But we've got 8 more Corruptors coming in, so the Corruptors will be able to snipe out the Colossus, and then it will be a battle for the Stalkers versus the roaches. And actually, Huk favoring +1 shield before getting +2 or anything. Interesting play, because he does have the Twilight Council in order to get level 2 upgrades. So here comes the Protoss weapons level 2. We got 2 more Colossi coming out. That'll make 7 Colossi. I have 6 on this guy. The Zealots taking the damage very nicely while the roaches are coming down the funnel. And it looks like Huk is going to take out this one in the advantage. The attack is still going on by Moonglade. This is pretty much his final stand, it looks like. He is doing a great job of taking out everything, though. The roaches are doing a good number on these Stalkers, so good job, roaches. Here come, a whole bunch more roaches coming into play. Actually taking out everything of Huk. Very nice play by Moonglade. I really like it. Just overwhelmingly knocking down roaches. Now, I know it's not really working out right now, but he's just going to try and knock up some more roaches. 10 more roaches coming into play soon enough. The Colossi are almost dead, so not much more left to say there, and the roaches are building up. Once he gets another round of roaches in, he'll probably come up and attack. The building, the hatchery is doing a little bit of damage. Broodlings coming out, not really much. We do have a 5th base going down, almost done by Moonglade, so he's hoping he can just get his roach production going to fend off this attack and just getting an amazing amount of roaches. And it looks like Huk is going to be forced to pull back a little bit. He's going to try and take out the lair. Now, there's not much use to this lair. He does have some gas here, but not really much use. So he does take out the lair. The evolution chamber is going to be taken down. Now, what's really important are these tech structures right here. If you can take out these 4 tech structures, you literally stop every type of production that the Zerg player can do. So having all of his tech structures right in that one spot means that if Huk were to push out and take out these 4 tech structures, he's guaranteed that the Zerg will not be able to produce a lot of offensive units for a decent amount of time. We do have more Corruptors coming down, +2 flyer attack is almost done. Got the 3 spine crawlers right here. He does scout and see that there are 3 spine crawlers, so we can take them out, no problem. Colossus. We do have the rocks, back rocks are being taken out. He does see the 5th base. Moonglade's 5th base is going to go down. We have 8 more Corruptors in production. Level 3 ground weapons for Huk coming into play. He just started the research on it. See, does he have a chrono boost on it? No, he does not. Still hanging around with a high level of chrono boost, so I would like to see that a little bit lower, but it's difficult once you get into the later game to know what to chrono, or know to chrono boost everything. Chrono boosting things like Colossi and upgrades and things like that are pretty much essential to do. So if you ever wonder where you should use your chrono boost, early game probes, late game, you want to use it more on the upgrades and that kind of thing, because the probes aren't playing that much into play. You can see neither player is actually making workers anymore. Huk is on his 4th base as well, so he is holding off his 4th base, while Moonglade is down to just 2 mining bases. That one's almost done, and this one up at the top is hanging out, doing fine. So we do have 2 bases to 2 bases essentially. as far as mineral wise goes. And the army size, if we look at it, we have both teams are almost max. So Moonglade's over here with a lot of corruptors, actually a lot of corruptors. Hopefully he can, you know, take out these colossi. That's his goal. If he were to see this right now, he could fly his corruptors down, but they're just doing a crazy dance right now. Check that out. Yeah, good old patrol micro. So what he's doing right here is he's just patrolling it right on top of itself. It keeps the corruptors in a nice little ball so that if they are to attack, they can all attack at the same time and they'll actually move toward the opponent instead of just being spread out. So it may just look like a way to taunt somebody, but it's actually a good strategy to do that. And here come the stalkers and corruptors and roaches. Here comes the battle. Here we go. It looks like it's going to be a fairly even trade right now. The roaches are standing their own. The stalkers are still up and around. The corruptors taking out all of the colossi. You know, there's still 11 corruptors in the air by the time the ground army gets wiped out. One thing you do have to watch out, as a nerd, I've fallen into that trap before, is that you build too many corruptors to take out a lower number of colossi, and then once you take out all of the colossi, you're like, well, what do I do with these corruptors? What a lot of people like to do is they like to tech up to broodlords, and the broodlords are actually very, very nice against Protoss because of that. The blink stalkers will come in and try and blink, but then you've got broodlords, roaches, hydralisks, whatever else you may muster up. So that lets the corruptors actually be able to do something after they kill the colossi, because right now they're just being saved up for more colossi production, which Huk is still sticking with colossi production. I don't know if I like what he's doing right here. I would like to see a transition more into a high Templar attack, because he already does have the Twilight Council down and he knows there's a massive amount of corruptors. If he can just forego the corruptors altogether, he would do better. So yeah, Templar Archives is down. He is researching Storm. I don't know where the Archives is. There it is. He's chrono boosting out the Storm, chrono boosting the research. Nice. It looks like he did use all of his chrono boost actually. So he is doing a good job chrono boosting everything he can. He just forgot about it for a bit. That's cool. It happens. So we've got the 5th base just going down by Moonglade. Poor Moonglade. Base just goes down, and then the colossi are taking it out. So it looks like we're going to see the corruptors come in. Not really do too much right now, but that's okay. He forces them to pull back, and so Moonglade still gets mining time on that 5th base. I would like to see him taking down these rocks and taking this base back here, because there's no way that Huk could attack that without being forced to lose essentially all of his bases, because Huk is now going on his 5th base as well. So we do see a huge amount of bases. It's not very common. Like I said, on Shakir's Plateau, epic games do happen, and here comes the battle. We've got roaches, hydralisks, stalkers. Yeah, these stalkers are retreating actually. It looks like Moonglade is going to overpower Huk in that battle. So Huk is forced to pull back. He's probably going to blink again. Maybe. No, he just has more stalkers back here, and he just uses his reinforcements to go ahead and take this out. He's got level 3 ground attacks, level 2 shields being researched. The Kydarian amulet is being researched, as well as ground armor level 2. So he does have both of his forges going, researching the upgrades like crazy. A couple more colossi until he can get the amulet upgrade. If we look at the units, he does not have any High Templar out yet. He's waiting for the amulet to finish, and then after the amulet does finish, expect him to warp in a lot of High Templar. He should be saving up his gas right now for High Templar, so he's going to be making more stalkers, zealots, that type of thing, to keep his gas level high. So when he, well, I guess he does have 185 food, so he doesn't really want to get anything other than colossi right now, because he wants to make the rest of his food into High Templar to take out this army. And the army is coming forward by Moonglade. He is going to harass this 5th base. The 6th base is going down, but he is committing to this attack. So we do see Huk is coming. He's going to funnel him into it. The storms are coming down. The storms do take out the roaches. I would have liked to see the storms on the hydralisks more, but that's okay. It happens. The corruptors are going to be able to take out the colossi, no problem. A lot of hydralisks moving, a lot of damage. So the corruptors do end up corrupting some of the stalkers, and still being useful somewhat during this time. So that's about all they can do. And here we go. Hydralisks are coming in. We've got more units being warped in by Huk. So he does have a sizable stalker. 33 roaches in production. So we do see the Zerg 300 food push coming into play right now. Huk is down to 123 food, and we've got 161 by Moonglade. So these massive amount of roaches are coming into play. 2-2 upgrades. It looks like he's not getting the third upgrades quite yet. He did run low on minerals. He just has gas right now, pretty much. So we will see more roaches, and the High Templar is coming into play. Luckily, he does have this one creep tumor to keep all of his tech structures alive. The spire did actually end up going down, so he does not have a spire, which is really interesting that his spire ended up dying from the creep dying. So here it comes. We've got Huk coming in trying to attack, keeping his minerals and gas really low after that attack. So we do have like I said, a lot of gas by Moonglade. I don't know what he could spend all of his gas on, maybe on Hydra or something like that, but right now he's just trying to make the high food, low cost count, and the storms do come down. The storm is not amazingly effective against roaches, but as you can see, they still do take them out. So all the roaches do go down. Corruptors still coming into play. And it looks like Huk is going to be able to take out this base, trying to focus down the workers as much as possible. He's not going to worry about the base quite yet because the base not mining is essentially a dead base. So he takes out as many workers as he can, and then he runs up. He's going to snipe out this hatchery. And then Moonglade's going to be put back to very few minerals at all. So this is becoming a race to just see who can keep their bases going. And it looks like Huk right now has this base oversaturated immensely. We've got a huge amount of probes here, and then this base could use more saturation. So he is going to have the mineral advantage for the time being, whereas Moonglade, if we just look at his resources, he doesn't really have much coming in. He's got like 5 at a time coming in, so he's not really able to make more of an army right now. He's trying to hold on to another base, trying to just keep on keeping on. We do have some warp prism harass coming in, so we will see some warp prisms warping in units to the back of the base. See, Huk probably thinks that there's a base right here right now. He's actually scouting for it, so he's looking. He doesn't see a base, probably a little surprised. Like, where is all of his money? So Moonglade running very low on cash, and it looks like he's just going to make roaches and hydras. The Archons do come down. Oh, he does have this one base down here. So he does have another base that is mining minerals, but he will need one more in order to keep up with the production. We can see that the High Templar and Archons are coming into play. Now, Archons are ridiculous against Zerg. Look at that. 47 damage or his biological, which everything Zerg has is biological. So literally, you can just take 2 of them and take out an entire swarm of Zerglings. It's kind of ridiculous. Plus shields help out the Archons immensely. So Archon's a very good late game unit against a Zerg player. Usually you just end up making them after your energy's gone with Storm, because Storm is so powerful in and of itself. Now the roaches are coming in. They are going to be able to lay a couple attacks down, take out this Archon. And good game, well played by Moonglade. Moonglade taps out. And that is the end of the best of 5 series, or the 5-game series between Liquid, Huk, and Moonglade. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you liked this cast, please subscribe. You're helping me out immensely by subscribing. So thank you guys, and this is Snowball signing out. Thank you again.